Yo, what's going on, guys? It's your boy Who Wanna Argue. Back at it again with another video. And we're going to talk about some NBA topics that just, I don't know. The trade deadline, March 25th. So we got about a month until we figure out trades. And teams that are really pissing me off is what I'm going to say. Prediction-wise, I had none of these teams in my top 10. Or I had like 4 of these teams out of the top 8. Because I thought they were going to get worse. Especially after a few little trades that happened during the season so far. The Celtics, I thought they were going to be better. That's just disgraceful. They're right now. They're literally on 500. That's just subpar to me. Sixers, I thought Doc Rivers would make that team better. And it did. The Bucks, their point differential is confusing. Like, they win games. Their point differential is so good. But then when they lose, they don't lose big. So are they going to be a playoff team? They are trying a lot of new things out, which I thought that was actually really good this season. When you try new things out, your team can get better. That's the way of life. The Nets, you have 3 All-Star. You have 3 MVP type players. Maybe Kyrie is not an MVP ever. Can never be thought about as that. But Kyrie's probably the best ball handler all time. So, 3 great players on the team. And then, let's think. The Pacers being the 4 seed. I honestly thought since Karis LeVert's out, that maybe Karis LeVert wasn't really did he play a game for the Pacers? I didn't get a chance to really. I don't tune into no Indiana Pacers game in my life, unless it's against the Suns, and I don't see that very often. And then the Celtics, I don't even want to talk about that. The Hornets, I'm not a fan. I'm not gonna buy into LaMelo's hype ever. Probably until he ends up being a 2-time All-Star, maybe.
I just want to put it out there. The hype for LaMelo could kill LaMelo's career. You overhype a player like you did Lonzo.
And me talk about it every day.
It made Lonzo seem like such a bad player because you're so hyped on him. Don't overhype a player.
But let's think. And then see, if the NBA season ended right now, I would cry on the inside, because especially if Corona clears up before the playoffs, and the Knicks was in the playoffs, I would go to every game. That's at Madison Square Garden. I would try. And them tickets are expensive, but I'll figure out a way. Y'all can blow these videos up, and then I'll figure out a way. But, let's just look into this. The Raptors being 8 seed, I don't even give a shit. Go. Let the Heat move back up. A team, a disappointing team right now is definitely the Hawks. That team has such young talent. It's they should be at 8 seed at least. Maybe. I'm not disgraced about them not being in there yet. But Trae Young. I wonder what Trae Young per 36 is right now. Probably not good. But then you look at players like Clint Capella, who a lot of people are saying he's not good. Was saying he wasn't good. He's playing like a 20 and 10 man right now, which is Andre Drummond, who's made All-Star games because of that. So don't think he's not good. He's just not your all-talented 3-point shooting center you want now in the NBA. Going down the East, the Heat is disappointing this year. You could say Butler's been injured. The team just doesn't feel the same when Butler's out. And then I guess, offensively they played worse this season. They got a fucking horrible. Cavs, the one little stretch where they faced the Nets, probably one of my favorite stretches so far this year of basketball. Then also the Wizards beating the Nets, that was a great thing to watch. Wizards, I love Russell Westbrook. As they always say, Russell Westbrook, but I'm a big fan of Russell Westbrook. And I like Bradley Beal. I just don't know. Was Russell Westbrook really the better option than John Wall? What team won that trade? Tell me, because I don't know. Pistons, expected. It's just they're a bottom dog team. And anybody there was a thing I seen my friend showed me a couple days ago, or yesterday actually, that's saying that Markelle Fultz is a scrub. Let's just think about it. He played 2 games, 3 games? I don't remember exactly how many games it was before he got injured. And He was scoring like 20 a game.
Okay, I was over-exaggerating the 20 points a game. Good. But he was still averaging about 12
you can't call him
in the 8 games he played. I was a little under on the games.
That's like saying...
And it's like, that could have went up.
Barkley tore his ACL this year.
Let's see what happens before you call him a
scrub. If Barkley comes back next year and does great, and he's just a scrub for tearing his ACL a year ago. Like, I guess Michael Hornets was the number 1 pick, and he wasn't good the years before. But even last year, he learned, he elevated. He went from, like, here to, like, here. And he still has time. He's young. He can get here. Just give him time to get up there. If you want to look at I'm looking at ESPN right now, just looking at standings and just going by, like, order of the standings when I talk about teams. Okay, we're going to go to the Western Conference. Team that surprised me, I would have maybe put him as a 5th seed as of on my board, but the Jazz, Donovan Mitchell is playing really well. Rudy Gobert is showing he has some offensive skill set. And Jordan Clarkson is showing that he's probably the 6th man of the year this year. And Ingle Wingles is playing good. Bogdanovich is playing decent. You're getting what you get out of Royce O'Neal. And, yeah. The Lakers, they made some moves that actually really, in my head, I thought this team would get, like, a real uproar, like, from championship teams, as a championship team, to, like, a great team, like, a great team. Like, I mean, 60-win, easy team. And so far, they've shown flashes they could be a 60-win team, but not really. I don't even know how many games. I don't know how many games they're playing this season. I forgot. It's been a while since I've really looked into this. Basketball is not my first sport. This channel is mainly football related. If y'all watch my live stream, it was a mock draft, but I love the NBA too. But my knowledge is kind of football related. And what's funny is I can keep up with the NBA. I just don't. Like, I can do it, but I just don't. I'm just lazy. And then let's see. Okay, Clippers. Kawhi and Paul George, every time I tune into a damn game of the Clippers, one of them is sitting out. I don't understand it yet. Like, the one game Kawhi sat out for the face mat because the guy was booted by Serge Ibaka. I literally told him that was one of the first games they got turned for the Clippers. Paul George was in, Kawhi wasn't. Then I watched the game when Kawhi came with the face mask. Kawhi was in, Paul George wasn't. Can y'all explain that? Like, but okay. And then, the best team in the league. I'm kidding, but the Suns, I love the Suns. What else to say about the Suns? Booker. D-Book. Yeah. I'm ugly. Yes. Like, the real step up we need for this team, we're on a win streak. We're on a 6-game win streak. And will Devin Booker be an all-star? Probably not. Has he been an all-star in his career? Hold on. We're just going to do some basketball reference looking up real quick. Because this is just a video getting to know my NBA topics. As of right now. And I want to see if that... I don't know. And he's probably my favorite player in the league. Top 3 favorite players in the league right now. Maybe my favorite. But has he ever been an all-star? And these are some awkward players that pop up on my list. What the hell? Devin Booker. Oh. He had an all-star game 2 years ago. Or last year. Oh, he was a fill-in. He was a fill-in for Damian Lillard last year. I forgot. I'm dumb. He was a fill-in. Let's see, what is his averages? Damn, he only averages 14 in his rookie season. And he just went 14 to 22. Did he not win Most Improved? The fuck? Family Channel. Stop cussing, but... Actually, the averages is down this year. But he's a really good player. He averages 4.5 assists. Huh. This motherfluffer does nothing but score. Devin Armand, I didn't know that either. And I knew he was from Michigan. I knew that. I knew he went to Grand. I knew he was Grand Rapids, Michigan. Where the hell did this motherfucker go to college? And I don't know why I'm saying that to myself. I'm dumb. Alright, yeah. We're gonna get off topic. Mikal Bridges having his breakout season, finally. And then Chris Paul being Chris Paul, just not scoring the way I want Chris Paul to score. The assists were down at first. But we're working on that, right? Right? And then there's the whole logic of DeAndre Ayton not ever living up to the number 1 pick. And I still don't think he's a good center. But, Ayton is Ayton. He can do it. He can be 20 and 10. Play decent defense. And he actually supposedly has a 3-ball in that freaking body of his, but and Dario Saric sometimes scores off the bench for us. And Cameron Payne going from a former Chicago Bull to a solid 6-man, maybe 7th man. Etuan Moore, I think it is, or Elijah Moore. I said Elijah Moore yesterday. Etuan Moore scores points. Yeah. Cool. Cam Johnson. I don't like you. I don't. You literally, your career high average, I think, is like 17 in the game. And it was in the first half. And then you didn't score the rest of the game. And we lost. How? Like, I don't get, like, okay. Players like Alfred Payton did this the other day. The other day. He was literally scored 15 in the first half. And then scored 0 in the second half. And played another 20 minutes. Another 15, 20 minutes. Like, how? That doesn't even compensate to my brain. How do you suck that back? Okay, let's get back on topic. Trailblazers, Dame Dollar, great scoring yesterday. I watched the Mavericks game somewhat yesterday at the end. 121 to 118. Luka, your butt juice for the... freaking Rick Carlisle couldn't have drew up a better play for you to get wide open for a small fall away 3. When you're a young star, I get it. Young players have little problems. But he could, that shot it went down and out. And then Dame got that nice little fall away 3. Like, Dame is a hard player to guard, and I disrespect Dame a lot because one of my friend's little brothers loves Damian Lillard. I like Damian Lillard. Don't discredit that at all. Damian Lillard is one of probably my favorite players of my generation. Not favorite, but I like watching Damian Lillard play, but I don't tune in enough. He can be boring, though. Like, I don't like watching point guards. Like, Curry has his moments where he's just not boring. But there's times where Curry's just literally pick and roll only. And I like people who can, ISO scores. I used to like when Knicks, Carmelo Anthony. I wasn't really Joe Johnson. It wasn't my era. I'm a 06 baby, so I don't really get to have that privilege of it, but... And let's think. Okay, let's go to the Spurs. Spurs are actually a young team. I actually want to click on the Spurs. I want to go through their roster, and then we're going to highlight players who I have no clue who they are, but just probably not none of them because I know everybody probably in this damn league. But, no clue. That maybe should be gotten rid of. Just look at their damn contracts. What the shit? Bates Diop is still in the damn league. Bates Diop is still on a fucking basketball team. Okay. Drew Eubanks. Rudy Gay is getting paid $14 million. Yeah. Where? Keldon Johnson. He's breaking out this season. I didn't even know much about Keldon Johnson until this year. Because honestly, Keldon Johnson, I think, is on one of them Kentucky teams who I don't think made it past the round of 64. Maybe even a little early, maybe later. A little later. Round of 32. Elite 8. If they got there, luckily. Trey Jones, I knew him at Duke. I don't think he does anything for the Spurs. He might be in the G League. All I fucking know. Let me stop cussing. But Trey Lyles is Trey Lyles. Didn't he? Yeah, he went to Kentucky. I'm dumb. I thought he went to freaking Northwestern for some reason. Patty Mills is Patty Mills. He's got his ring. He's got rings on him. He's got a ring. Maybe a ring or 2 on his ring. Ring or 2. 2. Ring 2. It's 1 or 2. I think it's 2. We'll check that right now because I'm actually bored. I'm trying to make this a longer video. I'm going to do 2 videos in a day. I'm going to do an NFL. I'm going to talk about the NFL too. Patty Mills. Patty Mills went to 27. Is he a 2-time? Who knew that Patty Mills was drafted to Portland? Damn, Patty Mills has another... Patty Mills is averaging the most points in his career this season. Am I smoking something? But that's just okay. That's just here and there. So the Spurs won a championship in 14, 15, maybe. What year did they win a championship? He's a 2-time NBA champ. He's a 2014 NBA champ. Okay. So there's a 1-time. Okay, it's 2014. I'm dumb. It was backwards on my brain. And then DeJounte Murray lost a baddie, and now Deshaun Watson dates her. Cool for him, but great defensive point guard. Jakob Poeltl makes Jakob Poeltl type money to play like Jakob Poeltl. Lucas Samanak isn't he a fucking rookie? He's not a college. He's an overseas player. Devin Vassell, God, I think Devin Vassell could actually have a breakout season the next couple years. Derek White, that contract I swear is a lot more than $3 fucking million. I'm cussing so much. You're gonna see bleeps. Yeah. I'm not in the mood to cuss, but yeah, Spurs, a team. No, seriously, don't understand. Like, they're good for personnel. I'll admit that they're good for the personnel they have. If you want to know what I'm freaking doing, I'm scratching my leg, man. Scratching my leg. I don't even I'm big. Fat man. Guys, I'm a dumbass. I'm just out of my body right now, but I want to get the equipment to be able to really record videos for y'all. Record real videos, like, so I can see what I'm doing. Like, I can't flip the camera, but I'm on a laptop right now. I'm Basketball Reference. Looking at basketball references and stuff, but I don't really know what y'all can see, but I can't flip the damn camera because it's just stupid, but I got a decent setup for this. This is good enough for this video. Once I get my camera, it's coming in soon, should be, and then I'm gonna get some editing softwares. Probably gonna edit this on my movie. I don't even care. First, this guy get to know me. Look, get to know his face. Yeah, and just get to know some little topics that I don't like. Okay, Nuggets. That 15-11 record does not show how good of a team that team can be. One of the stupidest things, I guess they had to. I don't like the word had to, but Jerry and Grant should have stayed. And I want to put a thing out here. Y'all can argue with me. This is who want to argue. Argue with me. Might get shirts to say who want to argue. But literally, if any player goes to a sub 500 team, like a sub 500 team consistently, any decent player goes to a sub 500 team, he can be an all-star. You send Jerry and Grant to a Pistons team with no real star other than Blake Griffin, when Blake Griffin actually fucking plays basketball. But and then Derrick Rose at the time, but like Derrick Rose is literally gone now. You're gonna expect him to, if he was decent enough, he like was a 10 point, 12 point scorer. Now he's like a 20 point scorer because he went to a Pistons team where there's nobody else that needs to be the leading scorer. So now he can become the primary ball handler and score. But Christian, I'm not saying that to about Christian Wood. Because Christian Wood when he was in Detroit, was actually learning his scoring, and then he got a really good stretch four. And now he's in Houston, and he was the main scorer. All praise to him. I hope he's good, but I think he's back on the court now. But I haven't been watching Rockets games since Harden left. But I've seen a couple little Christian Wood plays on my Instagram feed. So like, if there's a real one player that I think that should have stayed on the team was Jaren Grant and Nuggets, just let Jaren Grant score more. Yeah, he probably is a more skilled player than I'm letting him off, but like, you go to a bad team with no star and you're a decent player and you become the primary ball handler, you're expected to become a most improved player because you're going to a team that's bad. Warriors, I'm surprised that they're the 8th seed at first. I really just did. Wiggins is a player that has no motor to me. Doesn't have a high good motor. Like, Wiggins just didn't want to play basketball, it felt like. Wiggins was one of my favorite players at Kansas. And just came to the NBA and did nothing. It's just like he wasn't ready for the NBA, maybe. Or was he just didn't want to be here? He just wanted his money. And then Kelly Oubre. It's Kelly Oubre. I loved him on the Suns. I liked him on the Wizards. He's a good defensive, good 3-and-D player. He's got when he's on, he's on. Great player. Stephen Curry is Stephen Curry. Look at Curry, man. He's Stephen Curry. That's just how he is. Let's think. Draymond has basically been a good role model to James Wiseman. Hopefully James Wiseman I think he's back in lineup now. Maybe not. Haven't really been paying attention to Warriors games because unless I'm watching Flight react to it, I don't give a crap about it. And then Jordan Poole is still on that team, I think. Oh, junk. Grizzlies, John Morant missed a couple games. I feel like this team will get back on track and maybe even make it into the playoffs somehow. The Mavericks will get back on track hopefully at some point. Luka and Kristaps, they don't make the playoffs. Kristaps has to be shipped. That's my final thing. If Luka and Kristaps cannot make the playoffs this season, one of them has to. You're not gonna ship Luka, so you're shipping Kristaps. Get him out. Just do it. The Kings, De'Aaron Fox. I love you, Swiper, but you might want to get out of there. Marvin Bagley as well. Marvin Bagley's a player I feel like if he goes to another team, who would he fit well with? Warriors? No. Could make a way bigger lineup with that. Bagley goes to the 4. Wiseman at the center. Draymond plays small. Curry 1, maybe Oubre 2. No, that's disgusting. Wiggins plays the 2 and Oubre off the bench. That's no, never mind. Who the hell could Bagley? I don't know where Bagley could go. Bagley needs to go somewhere where he can just be not more of a scorer, but like appreciate more maybe. And then Rockets, Christian Wood. I like it. Victor Oladipo. I actually didn't. After his injury, I thought he was the end of his life. Not life, but career as like a player. Being like like he could be an all-star caliber. Pelicans, Zion, Lonzo, Brandon Ingram. I just don't think Lonzo's not appreciated enough as a scorer to play in for the Pelicans. Every team that Lonzo's been on, the Lakers and Pelicans, nobody appreciates him as he can score. He just doesn't try to get to the basket because he doesn't want to be. I don't know. He wants to be a playmaker. He could be a scorer too, though. There's players who can be a playmaker, but you can be a scorer as well. Chris Paul is shown in the best. You could be a scorer plus a playmaker. Let Lonzo get to the basket. Stop making him take jump shots. Zion is doing Zion things in the second season, and Brandon Ingram is doing BI things. BI is Slender Man is good. Steven Adams is doing his role. Eric Bledsoe looks like trash on that team. It just doesn't seem like he fits. Oklahoma City Thunder, they're in rebuild mode. More than any team in the league with all the first-round picks they got. Once Al Horford's contract is gone off that team, they shipped out away. Just go to their roster, actually, so I can see some salaries. Because, honestly, this is a team that really has a future. Because Shagular's on it. Like Trevor Ariza. He is not going to play a basketball game for y'all. Once the thing happens, you're shipping him out. Dort has a good future on the team. Hamidou Diallo. Let him play in the G League a little more. Maybe he'll be good. Shagular down there will be good. George Hill, ship that contract away. Al Horford, ship that contract away. Darius Miller, ship that contract away. You have so much cap space to sign a future star whenever you get one of them great free agency classes, and y'all just draft good. Y'all draft smart. Y'all will be a good team. Years to come. Teams with future, they're like I feel like fans of OKC right now are just like, it sucks to be an OKC fan right now. No, it doesn't. It's just you gotta trust the process. And I'm not trying to sound like a Sixers fan, because Sixers fans do say that a lot. And it's just The Timberwolves, I don't know if y'all have a future. If I'm being completely honest. Has D'Lo played a game? I haven't even watched the Timberwolves. Like Malik Beasley has to spend 120 days in prison after this season ends. You're only making the playoffs, so he's in prison once the season ends. Probably going to do it from home, I think I heard, though. Jarrett Culver, he hasn't just developed yet. Ed Davis, that's just a name I don't even care to see anymore. Anthony Edwards has shown he's got his flashes. Hernan Gomez, I don't even care. Jake Layman is Jake Layman. He has his highlights. Jaden McDaniels, I like Jaden McDaniels can develop into a good rookie. And then you got D'Lo and Cat. And Josh Okogie, who I just feel like his offensive game is not there. He's a defender, and that's it. He's like a Tony Allen. It's Tony Allen's game doesn't work. Well, I gave y'all a little rundown on my NBA knowledge. NBA, not really topics, just knowing what teams have. and y'all gonna get a little bit out of me. I'm gonna do an NFL one after this, so they might go up like an hour and a half to an hour, 2 hours apart. I don't know, depends on what time I have. But it's a good video. Till next time, stay arguing, my brothers. Yes, sir.